And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Tam Pham is a former Houston police officer, an 18-year veteran who found himself federally charged and convicted for his role in the January 6th insurrection. We had a chance to sit down with his attorney today to figure out if the former law enforcement officer, now chef, is remorseful. And joining us tonight on The Factor Uncensored, we have attorney Nicole Deborde, who represented former Houston police officer Tam Pham, who was arrested and charged and now convicted after going into the U.S. Capitol on January 6th last year. Ms. Deborde, glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. Your client sentenced to 45 days in jail. Is he now serving time, or has he served that time already?
He has not served it yet. In federal court, what happens is the Bureau of Prisons lets them know when to report, and he has not yet received those instructions. So he should receive instructions, I would say, in the next few weeks to report for that sentence.
So the question is, and I'm sure a lot of people have this question, what the hell was Tim thinking? A veteran police officer, 18 years with HPD. Then he posted pictures of himself trespassing, going into the U.S. Capitol. And what did he think would happen?
Well, keep in mind that these charges and the conviction ultimately was reduced to a misdemeanor, really what's called a petty misdemeanor. So he was convicted for parading on Capitol grounds, which is, again, a petty offense. So really, he had planned to be there with family and friends for other reasons and ended up getting swept up with the crowd and found himself in a place he regrets being. He's definitely glad to have this behind him and looks forward to moving on with the next phase of his life.
Now, what he did was post it on social media, and federal investigators say that he took it down, but they found the photos still in his phone. But he did go onto the property, right?
That is true. He went onto the property he was there, and that is why he pled guilty to parading, which is a petty misdemeanor.
So what is he, how can I describe it? Is he remorseful now? One of the things the judge has said in his sentencing, he would have gave him probation and not allowed him to serve time, but he did not fully admit his wrongdoing.
Well, I'm not sure that's exactly what the judge said. The judge, I think, felt that all of these offenses for everyone that was on Capitol grounds on that day were serious offenses. Even the ones that we now know as Tam Pham's was like petty misdemeanors were still serious. And so I think that the judge, through his sentencing, wanted to express that. Mr. Pham admitted to being present and is very remorseful for any involvement whatsoever on that day. He wishes he hadn't been there, and he's very glad to be able to put this case behind him.
He said, I guess in his sentencing or before the judge, that he brought shame to his family, he ruined his career, and he's just, I would describe it as remorseful, while the judge didn't think so. Your thoughts on him saying that he has destroyed his career, hurt the reputation of his family's name and his children?
Right. You bring up a great point. Mr. Pham is indeed exceptionally remorseful. He very much wishes he had never been there on that day at all. This was not a cause that was important to him. He was there with other family members in town and ended up just being present at the wrong place at the wrong time. And he has incredible remorse for not removing himself immediately from that circumstance. It has caused enormous consequence to him, and he's very sorry that he was involved at all. So I agree with you. I think that he was very remorseful and expressed that to the court. But I do think that the court had an important job, which was to take these cases seriously, which the court did. Mr. Pham is very grateful to have put this behind him and to be able to move on with his life.